Hello, welcome to Learn, Do, Become Radio. Today's episode is about having a tidier home fast. So the fact that you chose to start listening to this podcast most likely means you want to get your house looking tidy quickly, and I'm excited to help you do that. If you're new here at Learn, Do, Become, we help people who are overwhelmed by the details of life to create simple systems so they can do what matters most. So before we dive into the podcast, I just want to share a few stories. These are member highlights from our community because I have literally hundreds and thousands and I want to share them. And so I thought at the beginning of the podcast would be a great time to just celebrate and share the quick stories. And if you want to read them or see the accompanying photos, please come to the show notes page. That's at learndobecome.com/episode 275. First one is from Catherine, and you do need to come to the show notes page to see her photos because her office is gorgeous. It's beautiful. She's got not only a nice desk and windows and things, but the way she set it up is awesome. And then what she shared was how she set up her command central with two major criteria. One is she wanted to use what she already had. That's the beauty of creating a system like what we teach here at Learn, Do, Become is you don't have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff. You can just use what you have. Her second criteria is she's very visual. So she needed her folders and things to be out in front of her, not like hidden away somewhere. So then she goes through and explains how she created the labels and boxes and the wall files and everything done beautifully so it's organized by projects and routines and all the things that she needs to do daily, weekly, and as needed. So I'm so proud of Catherine. Please come to the show notes page to see the photo. So good. Next one is from Pamela. She's been participating in our STEP Momentum program. And so what STEP Momentum is, it's an accountability group inside of our Steps to Everyday Productivity program. You can find out more if you come to the show notes page. We'll have a link there where you can learn when our next group momentum is or how you can access those resources. But this is something that Pamela shared that was so cute. She said, #StepWin side perk. Momentum is building in other areas of my life. My daily step count is up. We're eating at the table instead of in front of the TV more often. And then she has in parentheses, for some reason, food at the table is healthier than in front of the TV. Am I right? Then she also shared, my perspective is brighter. Who knew all this could come from a command central? And if you're new and you're like, what is this command central? Essentially, we show you how to organize your daily, weekly, and as needed resources into a system so you have a place to put things where you can quickly find them or they'll come back to you at the appropriate time. And it can be totally digital, it can be totally paper, it can be a hybrid of the two, but it's a game changer and I love this from Pamela, so thank you. Next is a new one. This came in, this is anonymous, but she said, a momentum step win, also doing the accountability group. She said, I found a $200 restaurant gift card while sorting my papers into 4 levels. This is where we invite you to take everything like on your desk. Level 1 is urgent stuff down to level 4, which those things are mostly dormant. But she said, a lovely dinner out seems the perfect way to celebrate completing this momentum program. So way to go. So fun. And then this last one was just shared as a result of watching our free training, How to Finally Stop Drowning in Piles. And this is what was shared. She said, this was phenomenal. I cannot believe how much I got from this free program. Amazing. I did pay for an organizer and an ADHD coach. My organizer was great, but my coach was so-so. I believe I have gotten more from this half hour than the time spent with the coach. Thank you. And I just was so glad that this person was able to come to our free training and get such great results. And we've had hundreds of thousands of people go through this training, probably closer to 1 million at this point. And if you're thinking, I want to be part of it, it's called How to Finally Stop Drowning in Piles. And you can sign up at learndobecome.com/step. So that's just fun. And this is the type of thing that I read and enjoy and celebrate every single day. In fact, I was talking to Eric the other day and I said, sometimes it's hard to see so many beautiful stories and testimonials come in because all I want to do is go talk about it. And anyway, sometimes it takes some discipline for me to do real life things as well. But I'm so grateful for this amazing community working here at Learn, Do, Become. It's just a gift and a privilege and a pleasure. So Let's dive in now to today's episode, A Tidier Home Fast. I grew up with piles of stuff everywhere, and getting ready for guests essentially meant that we shoved everything from the living room into our bedrooms, and then we didn't let anyone wander the house. We had strict rules that if someone had to use the restroom at the back of the house, my mom said, do not let them go into any other room, like just the bathroom. Don't even let them go in the kitchen, just the bathroom, then back out to the living room, which we had, made as pile-free as we could. But today, I actually don't have a mess anywhere in my house. And I do not say this in a bragging way. I just need to be clear that for years, there have been no piles once I learned to create my Command Central that we teach here. And at first, when I was thinking about this topic in response to several questions that had come in saying, how do I tidy my house fast? I wondered, am I even relatable enough to teach this method right now? Because right now, I never have to tidy my home fast because it's just always tidy. And then I felt like, well, that's not the norm for most people. But then I remember this, that I have helped people from all over the world for more than 15 years now to get their homes and offices in order. And I've never actually been in any of those locations. I don't go into people's homes. I don't actually do in-person decluttering. I never do it for anyone. They do it for themselves, but I teach a system that makes it easy to do that. And on the show notes page, I have a few before and after pictures you can check out. And hopefully you'll get excited and realize if right now you're living in piles and that's just your norm, it doesn't have to be your norm if you just want to learn a new way to do it. But it's not about cleaning, it's about getting your mind organized. And when you do that, your space naturally follows. So today, my goal is to help you to get the same results as I've gotten for other people and help you just tidy fast. So right now, I'm not going to talk about building a whole Command Central, a whole system, having file folders on your walls or whatever. I'm not doing that. I just want to give you some very specific things you could do right now. And I want you to try it. I actually would love for you to take a before and after and do it, and then let me know how it goes, okay? So first, we're going to do a quick review of the 3-box method. Then I'm going to share 3 simple ideas you can just implement as you tidy. And if you send your before and after photos to email@learndobecome.com, we could share them on our Facebook page or Instagram or in our free Facebook group. Anyway, our community just loves a good before and after. How fun would it be for you to get to have that experience as well? Now, I want to be clear that when we're doing a quick tidy, I don't recommend you just pick up your things and stuff them into any available space. There are other resources out there. I watch so many videos on YouTube that show you how to pile things in laundry baskets and then hide them in places like the bathtub or inside of a dryer or out in the trunk of the car. And I know most people have done things like this because not only did I do it, but we've taught our live class to hundreds of thousands of people. And I can't tell you how many people have told me the creative places where they've hidden their laundry baskets or boxes of stuff. I don't want you to do that though, because even though it's probably the fastest way to get a room clean, you're just going to end up with an even bigger mess that you have to sort out later. So I promise that this way I'm going to share will work better. It will bring you relief, and it will move you to the point where you won't have to do a quick tidy again because your home will just stay naturally clean. And that's what I want for you. I never want you to have to go scramble again. Today we're talking about a quick tidy, but then from this time forward, I want it to get better and better and better for you, where you just live in tidiness and you can breathe and you can focus on the things that really do matter most. And stuff doesn't matter most. Typically, it's the people. It's your purpose. It's your own personal peace. And so that's what I want for you. So quick review of the 3-box method. We have a full podcast about it that I will link in the show notes. But essentially, you get 3 bags, boxes, or spaces that are labeled trash, donate, put somewhere else. Okay? That's pretty simple. And then you just start at one point in a room. You do the trash, donate, put somewhere else. Then you move clockwise and you do trash, donate, put somewhere else. And then you work clockwise again. And you just work in these little small batches. And by the end, you have a clean space with 3 boxes ready to leave the room with you. Now, because you're trying to do the quick cleanup, in this case, you're likely not going to be making a ton of decisions on donations, but you might come across some. And if that's the case, once you're done with that space, then if you have a little box of donation items, I recommend you put those directly into your car or near the exit of your home so you can drop them off at a donation center ASAP. In the quick cleanup scenario, though, you probably will find some trash or some recyclable items. Some things will easily be organized right there in that space. Things like fold the blankets and put toys in a bin and put books on a shelf, etc. But then everything else will go somewhere else. That's where that box really is helpful. And I want to emphasize this because this is the key right here. Picture yourself going into a room to do a quick tidy. The goal is not to shove everything out of your main living areas into random places throughout the house. The goal is to move closer to creating overall sustainable order in your home where everything actually has a designated space. And yes, you'll need to make decisions at some point as to where exactly those homes will be. But for now, we're just going to do broad, sweeping general categories. So imagine that you've gone clockwise around a room doing the trash, donate, put somewhere else. Now you've got this box of put somewhere else. And you know, okay, April says don't put it in the bathtub and don't put it in the oven or the car. And we're like not going to just spread it around. But you might not know where exactly you're going to put everything. So here's just some basic ideas to just get going in the broad general categories. Any dishes you find, you could put those in the kitchen. Boxes of paperwork will go into the office. Clothes will go into your bedroom or closet. Tools go out in the garage. Toys go up to the kids' rooms or in designated toy area, something like that. And you don't need perfectly organized systems for all of that. You're just going to have them in the general spot. Now, if you find something brand new that maybe you just bought and it doesn't have a place, or you're like, oh, I need to handle this. Okay. You imagine, where would I go to look for it if I needed to find it right now? That's a really good question because the first place you think like, oh, I would think to look on my desk or, oh, I would think to look in that cupboard, then go put it there or near there so that you'll naturally do that because otherwise you just kind of end up with a mess. Okay, so hopefully that part makes sense. If you want more on the 3-box method, I have photos of every step of the journey, how I do it, challenges I've come across, all of that. So just come to the show notes page and you can get more. But now, here are 3 ideas you can implement to get your home tidy fast. Assuming you're going to do the 3-box method, let's just jump in. So, idea number 1, start with a room where you'll be spending the most time and don't leave that room in the middle of your working session. Sometimes I get sidetracked wanting to decorate the bathroom or something. And likely you'll have Give a Mouse a Cookie moments, if you've read that children's book, where you'll want to jump from thing to thing to thing as they come to your mind. I want you to resist that urge. That is why we have the 3 boxes. So you're doing trash, donate, somewhere else without leaving the room. Do all of it while you're in there. Then you process the stuff. Once you're done moving the stuff out of the room, then you can do a quick dust, wipe down, vacuum, etc. And that part will be fast because your spaces will be clear. That's something that I learned years ago from a cleaning professional who said, do you know how easy it is to clean when there's no clutter? The reason why it's hard to clean when you have clutter is because you're lifting stuff up and trying to go under it, and it just takes so much time. But when surfaces are clear, you can dust or, polish or whatever so fast. When floors are clear, it's just like a quick vacuum. It's so easy. I like to clean my own home, and I think it's fun and replenishing. I think I have a whole podcast on that as well. But it's because I'm not organizing while I'm doing it. I'm just cleaning, and I'm thinking, and I'm prayerful, and maybe I have an audiobook I listen to or some fun music, and I'm breathing. It's almost like meditation. It's so great. I love it. So I'm going to be doing some vacuuming probably tonight, and I can't wait. I really enjoy it. Okay, idea number 2. After you have committed to stay in that room and not leaving, then you're going to work in microbursts. So microburst is like 10 minutes of focused effort. Cleaning actually doesn't take that long. What takes a long time is procrastinating or getting lost in the give a mouse a cookie moments. If you will literally just set your timer, 10 minutes, work to music, and then celebrate each time you complete 10 minutes, you're going to be amazed. Most rooms can be clean and tidy, or at least significantly more so, in just a few microbursts. So it's the thinking and dreading and, oh, it's going to be so hard. That's what takes a long time. If I came to your house right now and I said, okay, what room do you want to tidy quickly? And you pointed to a room, we would clean that room so fast. And yes, having another person would be helpful, but also we wouldn't be sitting and hemming and hawing and feeling frustrated and talking about how we shouldn't have to clean in the first place and complaining about who left the blanket out or who didn't do this or whose shoes those are. Like, we would just jump in and do it. So this is where I want you to just stop putting all the mental, emotional pressure on yourself and just set the timer and say, I'm doing a microburst and let's just see how it goes. And again, if you're doing the before and after photos, just take a minute and look at how each photo gets better and better. If you want to do a photo after each microburst, you don't have to. But it's exciting to see that a microburst and a few microbursts will make a huge, huge difference. And then idea number 3, remember that many hands make light work. If you live alone, your mess is yours and it is hopefully somewhat manageable. And if not, it's okay. You can work on that more in the future. But for the time being, you may be able to invite a friend over to come help you. Or you could get on the phone with a friend while you clean. But if you have a household of people, this part is for you. So many people insist that they do things themselves because family members are busy or they whine or they won't do it right. And I get it. My mom did most of the housework herself because she didn't want me to miss out on my childhood. And she didn't want to put too much on me. And I can definitely appreciate that. She felt like she had a lot of pressure on her as a child, and so she wanted to go the other direction with me. But please, as someone who really didn't even know how to clean until college, it is a gift to your loved ones to teach them how to do this. Our children now, all of them have said, hey, thanks, Mom, for teaching me how to clean. Because they'll go to a friend's house or a friend's apartment or, a dorm room or whatever, and they're like, oh, wow. Or my roommates don't know how to clean up a kitchen or do dishes or whatever. And then they say, thank you for showing us and thank you for making sure our house always was clean. And it wasn't just me doing it. They were cleaning right alongside me, but they know it's a gift, just like I know it's a gift. So if you think, well, how do I do it? You could say something like, hey, we're going to do 3 microbursts together. What song do you want? And then just move past the grumbling. It gets easier and better, and you're going to be amazed how fast it goes when you have help. I will say, even when we have children who are very, very busy, you definitely want to respect that. Like Spencer right now has 12-hour days. He is maxed out. He's tired when he gets home. So I don't give him microbursts to do the second he walks into the house or anything like that. And I've actually been doing a lot more of the housework because his schedule is so demanding. But when he is home or we have a Saturday morning or I need help with something, I'll be like, hey, can we just do this for 10 minutes, please? And here's what we need done. And he's like, sure. And 10 minutes anyone can do. Also, when you think about it, as our children get older and then take on their own households, they're going to have long days. And they need to have exercise that muscle that helps them still do the dishes, do the laundry, tidy up, keep things clean and orderly in the midst of a full-time job or raising children. So it's not that we want to exhaust or overextend our children if there's a lot going on, but anyone can do 10 minutes. And just being able to focus and prioritize will make an impact. Now, if those things I just shared don't work, will you please come to the show notes page? This is episode 275, and comment and let me know what's going on. Let me know why it's not working. Because I and the community, we sincerely want to help you to discover the power of microbursts and working together with your family and having the capacity to have an organized home in spite of what might be going on for you. Now, in closing, I just want to emphasize a couple of things. First, the reason I am so passionate about everyone having a STEP Command Central is because once you have a system in place, particularly for the daily, weekly, and monthly routines, you never have to clean up real quick ever again. The house just stays clean. Our home has been guest ready for 15 plus years. Even as we were working from home full-time, me and my husband, and raising 4 children, and I don't spend that much time cleaning. That's where I just feel so excited and emphatic about this, because if you feel like, oh my goodness, I have so much work or so much draining me and so much is going on, then having a Step Command Central is going to calm your mind and help you maximize the time you do have. And then the second thing I want to emphasize before I close is that people, hopefully, are not coming to your house to judge your house. If they are, that's their issue, but they're hopefully coming to see you. You don't need to apologize, and you want to focus on them. I heard a story one time about a teenager who was self-conscious about her looks, and her mom's advice was so good. She essentially said, you spend some time each day getting ready and preparing to go out into the world, and then once you leave home, you stop thinking about yourself and you put your focus on other people. I love that, and I think it's the same for tidying for guests. You take care of your home in a reasonable way, do your microburst, get things nice, do the best you can. But then when guests arrive, you stop focusing on the house and you focus on them. And I want to share this because I spent so much time when I was younger, whenever anyone would come over, surprise me, or a friend would want to drop by, I would be like cleaning while they were there because I was so embarrassed. So I'd be like picking up and moving things around and trying to like make space. I should have just gone into the areas that did have some space. Like, just focus on them or go outside or something like that. But you don't want to always be thinking that just because your home isn't perfect, that needs to stop us from building relationships. Even though we grew up with piles of stuff, we welcomed people to be in our lives. We didn't let them back in the back bedrooms and things like that, but we would do the best we could to focus on them. And my mom did a great job with that. So I just wanted to add that in, because sometimes people will leave comments like, why do I have to clean my house? People like me for who I am. Like, great, you don't have to clean your house. I'm just giving you options to clean it if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. As long as you are able to build relationships with the people who really matter to you, that's what matters. I'm just here to help you if the mess is holding you back. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Enjoy your tidying. And maybe turn on your favorite playlist and focus on those microbursts. And please come in the comments. Let me know how it goes. I get so excited when I read a comment from someone who's had a change or an aha moment, or when I get to see it before and after. It's just so fun. So I'd love to read about your experiences and see your pictures. You can send them to email@learndobecome.com. So grateful for you, grateful for this community, grateful for the goodness that's here, and for the chance that we have to make a little difference for one another. Have a great day. We'll see you soon at learndobecome.com.